Welcome back to fucking family friendly PG. It's not family friendly. I've just swore it's not family friendly. Shit. Well, welcome to Spill the Freaking Tea podcast, I guess.
Oh, you bloody cringe lord! You wet wipe. Spill the tea podcast. Jesus Christ! Oh my god!
For fuck's sake! Yo, guys, welcome back to Spill the Mother Freaking Tea podcast, and we're joined by co-host Yen.
Hi, sisters.
And other co-host Bystorm.
Oh, good to be here.
And a guest for the night, fucking Mitchell.
Spill the tea, sis.
Right,
Wow.
guys. So, we've got a bit to cover today. Firstly, we're going to start off with the James Charles situation. Yep, milked to death by commentary.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Oh boy!
Oh boy, what a spicy meatball.
Spicy.
James
I've done my
Charles-
research.
James Charles apparently likes
He did a bit of an oopsie. He did a bit of an oopsie.
Oh my god, Byron, fucking listen.
So apparently James Charles likes to stick his sausage in straight men's buns. So
More like he likes straight men sausage in his buns.
other
way around.
Depends.
Yeah?
You gonna put me off sausages?
We do not know.
Rude.
Is
Okay, I actually.
I can resit my biology exam.
No,
Jesus
I have
Christ.
a little bit of a controversial opinion when it comes to the James Charles thing.
Okay,
I
go
actually
ahead.
feel sorry for him. Like, I feel sorry for the hate.
Pro-rape is basically what you're trying to say.
No,
You're
no,
pro-rape.
Sorry, I feel sorry for straight men
No,
pretty
hear me
much
out,
getting
hear me
sexually
out, hear me out.
harassed.
Fucking
Hear me out.
White straight men are the
Hear me-
bane of my existence.
Oh my god, hear me out.
Alright,
I'm
go
getting
again.
stressed. Anyways, no, I don't think what he did was good, and I don't think that he was in the right, and I definitely think that he deserves what he's getting. But, like, think about this, right? Like, he's 19 years old, and his whole career, all of his friends, he's lost everything. Because he did the same thing that Jeffree Star did years ago, yet look at him. Plus, I think Tati is a fake bitch as well, because if James had never did the sugar bear hair thing, Tati would have never spoken about it, and they probably still would have been friends, and so would have James and Jeffree. Like, this whole thing wouldn't have come
You
about.
basically say this whole thing happened because James pulled a snaky maneuver.
Yeah, but
Snaky.
and like Tati is like, oh, it's disgusting for you to manipulate straight boy, which it is, but she wouldn't have spoke about it if he hadn't have done that.
I think
Like-
I think that is true. But I think
That's
Like,
basically what really bugged her.
she's a snake herself in a way, because like she wouldn't have spoken about it. She wouldn't have exposed him if he had promoted her brand instead of Sugar Bear Hair.
Yeah, I think that's true. But I feel like
Yeah.
promoting vitamins is kind of gay anyway. Like it's just it's just bullshit.
That's such a great political opinion.
Like,
Bit
but-
gay,
It
lol.
is though. It kind of is though.
But I feel like he said that he didn't want to promote it because it was like bad for like people the age of his audience watching, like being young people. He was like, oh, I don't want to promote something like that. Yeah, he.
So why did he do it with the other brand then?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
No, generally,
He
why did
snaked
he?
what, like the person who fucking made him and got him money, got him fame. Like,
Yeah, snaky
why would you
maneuvers.
do that? Why would you ever snake the person who got?
Yeah,
you
that
Why
is
wouldn't
true. That is true. But if you think about it, like he didn't grow up in the limelight, but he kind of like he started when he was what 16, 17. It's like any mistake he makes is magnified to a massive audience. Imagine if every mistake we made was to the public.
Right,
Or
okay,
everything
fair
we
enough,
said
yeah.
was over to
But
the
That
public.
would be a load of mistakes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I,
no,
I'd
like,
have
and like I
been,
said-
I'd have been executed by now.
I don't
that's
wanna-
safe to
That's
say.
different because there's human mistakes and then there's James
Yeah.
Charles mistakes.
No, I don't want to sound like I'm justifying his actions because I'm really not. Like I don't think.
Okay,
I
a
think he's
baby,
a
like we've all been there, lads. Let's not show around.
I think he's a shitty person, and I think what he did is absolutely shitty and inexcusable, right? But it's like, I just feel bad for him in a way, because like his whole life has just come crashing down when he's 19 years old. Like, he's not even 20. Like, that's
I
yikes.
think-
He's not even old enough
I mean,
to
that's
drink
already
in
happened.
America. It's like,
But
So
no,
the
I
average
reckon-
man, I'm 16.
and the fact that like Jeffree Star did the same thing, literally has a song out dedicated to trying to seduce straight boys, literally called Straight Boys. And now he's trying to hide his past. He's trying to hide his past because he got called out for it. Like,
Not gonna lie, Jeffree Star's, Jeffree, whatever his fucking second name is, I don't even know that's what it is. But Jeffree fucking scares me. His face, everything about him fucking scares me. Like, it gives me fucking nightmares. It came up on my Snapchat recommended because I was following like the James Charles situation thing on like pages on Snapchat and shit. And it came up with him. I clicked on it. I was like, what the fuck? Like, it scared me. And honestly, I think I'm going to have nightmares about it for the rest of my life. Like,
honestly, I think everyone involved
that's not
in
being
the James Charles
homophobic or
situation.
anything. It's just the way, like, he was on the camera fucking scared me. Like, and his face was scary.
So, like, I think everyone involved in the James Charles situation is to blame. I think Tati's to blame because if she was so concerned about James, like, hitting on, if she was so concerned about these straight boys, she would have contacted the police, or she would have said something sooner. It shouldn't take James to snake out Tati for her to speak up about something like that. Plus, you get what I mean?
Plus, I think that
I think it was more of a like the last straw on the camel's back sort of situation. Like, it looks like she's already been pissed off by him, and that was just like kind of the end of it, really.
I don't know. I just feel like she was just
true.
No, I think she literally just used the whole straight boy thing as like a way to get not to get views, a way to get back at James.
There's like,
I think she got like was it something like 5 mil subscribers? I saw like a video KSI did earlier. It was like she was on 5 mil when she started all this drama, and now she's on like 10 mil or some shit.
There's like live streams on it as well.
Every like subscriber literally left James and went to Tati.
That's quite funny actually.
It is funny, and like I said, I think James deserves what he gets.
Oh no,
he should have seen this coming.
5.8 mil.
No, she's not.
She's on like 8 mil.
She was on like 7 the last time I saw.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are going to be testing out magnetic eyeliner that is going to allow our magnetic.
It comes up saying 5.8 mil for some reason.
Because she's growing so fast.
I'm gonna put both of them in the chat. Take a look at that.
Why did it say 5.8 mil?
There.
Yeah. It says 10 mil subscribers, 10 mil
it's not loading. Carry on.
I also think Gabriel Zamora is to blame because he's just kind of making it worse. With like him trying to see, he's making himself look like he's sticking up for a sexual predator, which he kind of is. And I think Jeffree Star could have handled it. I think it all could have been handled better from each one of them. I think they all fucked up.
I feel going back to what you said about feeling bad for James Charles with him being young and stuff. I feel like the fame definitely went to his fucking head.
Oh, 100%. 100%. But he's a kid. He's literally basically a kid. He's like, what, 19? Of course, if he's going to blow... He blew up when he was 17. No, it's not an excuse, of course, but he blew up when he was 17 years old. Imagine you, at your age, blowing up to the extent that James Charles has at your age. You would get an ego too.
It's not.
No, I never said it was an excuse. I never said it was an excuse. I'm saying it's to be expected. It's like, he's a kid. It's to be expected, but it's not an excuse. I'm not surprised.
I don't think it is, though.
I saw a tweet. I'll try to throw it up on the screen if I can. But I saw a tweet the other day, and it said, money doesn't change you. It just allows you to be the person that you really are. So if you're a shitty person, like, the money...
No, like I said earlier, I think James is a shitty person. But I think all of this was expected, and I think everyone should saw it coming. I did.
I didn't.
It's like, for months on end, James has been commenting on straight boys' posts and flirting with straight boys and all this. Of course he was fucking flying with them in DMs. Like,
I don't know. The first time
he was blatantly obvious about it as well.
Yeah, he was really obvious about it.
The first time I actually heard about James Charles was, I'd say, like 3 months ago or so. I was in the library at my college.
I went to meet him.
Someone's watching fucking James Charles, and I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? And everyone's like, oh my god, James Charles, I'm gonna buy his palette and all this shit. I was like, oh, just
oh my god.
I have his palette. I have his palette.
Oh, you wet wipe, honestly.
No, it's a good palette. It's a good palette.
It's a good palette. That's what I've heard.
You wet palette.
It is. It's a really good palette.
Anyway,
My Little Pony.
I saw him back then, and then since then, I'm pretty much convinced that people in my college just watch shit because I've seen someone walking around with the Logan Paul Flat Earther hoodie.
Oh dear me.
And,
oh dear me. No, that's just a whole nother level.
It's quite questionable.
That's just a whole nother level.
However,
that's a whole level.
Was he a yellow card? Was a yellow card?
Retard.
Yeah. Like, I don't know though. The whole James. I think if James is being dragged through the mud, so should Jeffree Star. Because Jeffree Star is literally getting away with doing the same thing to a worse extent. There was a literal video of Jeffree Star groping a straight man when he clearly didn't want it.
Wait,
and everyone's just ignoring it.
What?
Yeah, if you look it up, you can find it.
It doesn't work like that. It's really unfair.
Spat my water out. What did you say?
There's a video of Jeffree Star groping a straight man when he clearly didn't want it. And it's going around right now. And people are literally ignoring it. I want to see if James Charles is going to lose like 5 million subscribers, rightfully so, then so should Jeffree Star. Because like he's just kind of being forgotten about. And like people know, but no one's talking about it because it's Jeffree Star.
How many
it's the same
was it for Jeffree Star though?
He was the same age as James. He was older than James, actually.
Yeah, but when
even if it was, it was around 10 years ago. And even if it was,
oh, there you go. 10 years ago.
Yeah, but hold up.
Get in the bed.
Nah, you should still be held accountable for that.
Time doesn't excuse it, though. Time doesn't excuse it. He never apologized for it. He never acknowledged it. No. And even when it was brought up, now all this James Charles shit has gone on. He's just deleting the tweets and trying to avoid it. He hasn't apologized. He hasn't acknowledged it. He's literally just deleting the tweets and pretending they never happened, which is more fucked up.
See, that's the thing. If women can drag Bill Cosby out and get him arrested for shit he did years and years ago, then surely they can be held accountable for what they did.
Yeah.
The same goes for Cardi B. I think Cardi B should be arrested for what she's done.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah.
Literally, time doesn't excuse shit. Doesn't matter if it happened yesterday or it happened 10 years ago.
I did it to survive. Oh no, that's not an excuse.
Yeah, it's not an excuse.
Cool reasoning, but no, it doesn't excuse what you did.
Yeah, literally.
Girls over here, lads.
I don't know. I'm just wondering where this whole cancel James Charles fucking end his career energy when it comes to Jeffree Star. Because like he seems to get away with murder now.
The thing with the internet is if someone's crushing and burning, everyone joins in. It's like a massive.
Oh yeah, it's James Charles is 100% getting bandwagon hated. 100%.
I think it's also due to the fact he's like more relevant. Like because I know nothing about like beauty makeup, but I know who he is.
Oh,
yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
because everyone's sort of like uncertain of him, and now everyone's heard this thing about him. They've all like jumped on this, like as you say, like bandwagon.
Yeah,
it's just like a snowball going down like an avalanche.
What he did that is the reason he's getting hate. I mean, if it wasn't something as awful as like trying to get straight guys to fuck him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe
which is gross.
I think maybe the bandwagon of hate would be a little bit less.
But I still think like better than what Yen said. The internet just blows it out of proportion. Like because he's
I don't
who
think
he
this
is.
has been though. I think this is bad.
I think it's really bad for him, and like I said, that's why I feel bad for him because it's not like if one of us was gay and we had done that, no one would care. Really, no one would care, which is fucked up in itself. No one would care, but because James Charles is famous, it's like
then everyone
blown up, but rightfully so. I don't want to stand here and like sound like I'm sticking up for him or saying that he did nothing wrong because he obviously did. But I just feel bad for him. That's why I feel it's like magnified, but I also feel bad to those who he victimized. So it's like I feel worse for them than I do for James Charles. I think James Charles deserves everything he gets, but it's just a shit situation. And I think Jeffree Star deserves the same thing. And I think Tutty's a bit of a. I think she's like a snake herself because she should have spoken about this when it first came out. She shouldn't have waited for James Charles to snake her in order for her to hit back because that's all it looks like. It looks like she did this. For revenge on James Charles, not for justification for the victims.
I mean, I think rightfully so, though, right? Someone you helped them from that position.
Snake you out, get the bed.
Literally, someone who you probably consider one of your closest mates, been to your wedding, snakes you the fuck out. You're gonna be like, you're gonna throw everything you've got at them. Like, you're gonna be pissed.
Fuck off. Get in the bin.
Get in the bed.
Get on your bike, Gail.
I saw something quite interesting the other day. I saw apparently that some of the lads that James Charles was texting and flirting with, they were bisexual males apparently. So I was discussing
they were all bi-curious. They were all bi-curious.
So I was discussing bi-curious. That's it. So I was discussing this in college the other day with some of my friends. And we were saying, like, me and a couple of other people were saying, if you are bi-curious, you're not fucking straight to begin with. If you're thinking about taking dick, you ain't straight. You ain't fucking
But I mean,
straight.
bi-curious isn't... Bi-curious is kind of like where you don't know your
sexuality.
sexuality.
It because they were getting offended, I think.
Bi-curious is basically just the word for when you don't know your sexuality.
Yeah, so you're not fucking straight, are you? You're not fucking straight.
Grey area,
exactly,
grey area.
But the point that everyone's making is after they said they were straight, after they figured it out and they were like, oh no, they're straight, James Charles then said, oh, you're not straight no matter how.
I don't think you could be fully straight after that. I don't know if you heard about the waiter, but he started making out with James Charles for a fucking hour. It took him an hour to realise that he was straight.
But even so, that doesn't even matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter if the waiter said he didn't want it afterwards. If the waiter was like, "Nah, I don't want it," James Charles was in no position to be pissed at him. And James Charles said in those messages that they didn't end on good terms because James Charles was upset that the waiter ended it with him. If the waiter didn't want it, then the waiter didn't want it, and James Charles should have just shut the fuck up and blocked him or something. Like,
yeah. Apparently, James Charles was like trying to get him to stay and like begging him and shit, but
exactly,
this waiter still left. Like, he wasn't forced to stay.
Oh yeah, he wasn't forced to stay, but the fact that James Charles was trying is fucked. He felt led on. I would too. But it's like if someone doesn't want you, they don't want you. You know, like get over it.
It doesn't matter. I'm a celebrity.
Literally, and that as well. That
like what the fuck?
Yeah, that was fucked as well.
That's not excusable.
Yeah, like so because you're a celebrity, that means you can sexually assault, sexually harass, and basically just be a sexual predator. Wow.
Yeah. So freaking gross.
So freaking gross.
Gross.
Another beauty YouTuber. He's kind of just inserted himself into the whole thing, and I think that's a bit gross as well. Like, because now he sounds. Shut up. Oh my god. I hate it all.
The fact that I wouldn't have caught on to that as well.
Oh.
You're also dirty-minded.
So freaking gross.
But the fact that he, like, involved himself in the situation when no one else
better phrasing.
is dumb. Like, he should have just left it. But then again, if Tassie is lying about the whole kitchen thing,
I mean, if the job is going to get you views, I mean, who wouldn't do it?
Why not?
True.
Moving on to the next topic, we've got Trisha and Nick situation. So, Yen, I'm going to let you explain this one again.
Okay, so for the third time, here's the tea, sister. So basically, in late 2016, Nick Avocado, who was a massive fan of Trisha Paytas at the time, enters one of her competitions that she was running, right? And basically, you had to cover her song Warrior in any way you wanted to, like sing it, play it on an instrument, whatever, right? So he decided to play it on a violin, and it was noticed by Trisha. And then she comments, and she's like, "Oh my god, this is beautiful, like, I love this, like, you're amazing. Like I watch you all the time. I love you." Stuff like that. Basically supporting him, right?
Wasn't she asking to collab as well?
Oh, well, I'll get to that. So then, yeah, shut up. So, anyways,
right.
So they start talking over Twitter DMs, and then a collab is brought up between the both of them. So Trisha's like, "Yeah, we should collab. Like, let's do it." So then he's asking about like time she'll be free, and she was like, "Oh yeah, Tuesday I should be free. Like, you should fly over." So then he buys a ticket to LA from Colombia, which is a long way, and flies over, right? And then before he flies, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fly now. Like, I'll see you there." She's like, "Yeah, I can't wait to see you. Like, it's gonna be great, whatever," right? So then he flies over, and then he gets there. There's no sign of Trisha. He messages her, no reply. So he like messages her again, and he's like, "Hey, did I upset you? Like, did I say something that upset you? Like, was there a change of plans? Are you busy? Let me know." He had other collabs and stuff to do in LA anyway, so it wasn't like he was just there for her, which would have made the situation 10 times worse, but he wasn't. Anyways, 5 days go past, and Trish didn't respond at all. So then he goes home, and he's like, he's left really upset and confused because he's like, my favorite YouTuber just like flaked on me, you know? And it gets fucking worse. So she then starts putting him on blast all over the internet, basically saying like that he was a creepy stalker, that she never planned to meet him, that she didn't even know who he was. She only like saw him when she did her cover and stuff. But then people kind of was like, well, you commented saying that you loved him, that you watched him all the time. And then she released screenshots of their conversation where she had deleted her messages, so it looked like Nick Avocado had spam messaged her, basically.
That's
Snaky.
scummy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Nick Avocado wanted to keep it, like, Nick Avocado didn't say a word for 2.5 years because he didn't want to start drama and he didn't want to, you know, make it worse. And then his boyfriend, Nick Avocado's boyfriend, bought a cameo from, do you know what a cameo is? Like when you record yourself. No, when celebrities record them and you can pay them to say what they want. Yeah, okay. Anyways, his boyfriend bought one from Trish and was like, what do you love and what do you hate about Nick Avocado? And then in the video, she was acting really nice, saying that she loved his videos, that he's real, and that she fucks with that and all that. Basically acting completely different to what she was saying online in front of thousands of people. So for 2.5 years, Trish had been slating Nick Avocado for absolutely no reason, making fun of him for his weight gain, even though she's literally the queen of gaining weight. Yeah. Like, no shade. I'm not fat shaming, but I'm just saying you can't talk shit about someone's weight gain when...
If you're a fucking land whale.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but yeah. And it's like, basically just bullying him. And then her fans were bullying him too, because they really thought that he was this big, creepy stalker, because she didn't release the full story. And then... she started saying that it was a miscommunication between them both. No, it wasn't. Like, you literally said you wanted to collab. And then he flew out there, and then she was a no-show. So, yeah. And then after Nick Avocado made his video, she started calling him evil, saying that he was a horrible person, basically, all that type of stuff. And yeah, that's kind of the tea on that.
I feel at this point, the stuff Trisha's done before, like, she's been in so much controversy before. And I feel like the way she is, and especially with being so fucking disgusting with this, and making it look like someone's pestering them, doing that shit, that is so fucked on another level. Like,
when is she gonna get cancelled? I love her personality, and I think she's funny. I think she's funny, but the shit she's done, she needs to be cancelled. Like that.
I think her channel should be shut down.
I hate cancel culture, but oof. And she literally. Like, what if, like, I don't even know how to word this properly, but she literally could have killed someone by doing that. Like, Nick Avocado could have easily fell into depression by that, because imagine being called, like, a creepy stalker all over the internet by thousands of people.
And by, your favourite YouTuber as well.
By your favourite YouTuber as well. Imagine paying hundreds for a plane ticket to go to LA to see your favourite YouTuber that don't show up, and then they drag your name through the mud after saying that they loved you.
Yeah.
That must not work. And then he kept quiet about it. I'm surprised he kept quiet about it. But he did it because he didn't want to, like, drag her name.
Obviously, I think, isn't his channel quite a bit smaller than hers, so...
Yeah, I think he's got he follows me on Twitter, so...
Oh, is he actually?
Yeah, he follows everyone back on Twitter, so...
Oh, right, okay. Did you just follow everyone, then?
Okay. I think so. I don't know if he still does it, because he's grown since, but, you know...
But
I don't know how many subscribers are quite popular.
He was probably not gonna speak out, because obviously if they're quite a bit bigger and their fans were already hating on them, he would probably just get even more hate than he was already.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons he said that he wasn't going to speak out, was because at the time he only had about 50k subscribers and she had like 4 million.
But
so
I feel like the reason he's done this is because of the whole H3 controversy, which we'll talk about in just a second.
I don't think he did it because of that. Like, seeing the videos. No, I think seeing the videos, he did it because of the cameo thing. Because she was basically, you know, saying that she loved him and all this on Cameo, but she was saying completely different. And it's like you said earlier about, like, the whole Tati thing, I think it was literally just the straw that broke the camel's back, how she was acting so, like, bitchy online, and then as soon as this cameo happened, she was all nice. And it's like, I don't know, I think she just deserves... I think there was no need for it. Like, what need was there for it? Like, if she was busy, she should have told him. If she didn't want to collab, then she should have told him, like...
Yeah.
I think she did it because at the time, he was such a small YouTuber, like, 50k. Like, I know it's quite big, but at the same time...
Kind of thing, yeah.
At the same time, when you compare it to these other YouTubers, that's quite small. So she thought that it was just going to go away, and it's obviously came back to bite her in the ass, so... I feel sorry for Nick.
I do think it's quite messed up, to be honest. And
Yeah, it really is.
The reason you said about the cameo, but also I think another reason why he's probably done it is because of the H3 thing. Because the way she's been playing victim even more recently, and like trying to throw H3 under the bus for pretty much no reason.
Wait, who, Trish?
Yeah, I feel like he would have seen that and he would have been like, right, well, I've had enough of her lying about people. She's done
it could have been.
He's done it to this guy. He's done it to Ethan now, and
it could have been
the cameo as well. So all of that combined probably pushed her to do it.
Honestly, some of the stuff that Trisha's done, I used to be quite a big fan of her, but then after, like, she's such a hypocrite. Like, she is such a fucking hypocrite. Like, her boyfriend Jason, I don't even know if they're still together anymore, but like. She used to, oh my god, I'm surprised he didn't, like, leave her in a week. Like, she would, like, make sexual comments towards other guys or say that she wanted a threesome with them, something like that, right? But then if he said the same thing about another girl, oh my god, his ass was put on blast. It's like, she was such a hypocrite. Like, it's annoying, quite frankly. Like, I think she's annoying.
Yeah. I agree.
Her whole attitude and personality, everything about her is just annoying.
Yo, Mitchell,
but like iconic at the same time, but annoying.
That is mad.
Mad one.
That is a mad thing.
Byron, what are you thinking about this, boy?
I was just thinking about the James Charles thing. Well, we haven't spoke about this yet, but the James Charles thing where he made people... It was a meet and greet, and he made people spend 500 quid on a ticket.
Oh, God. Fuck's sake. Yeah, that is ridiculous.
He did turn up. He did turn up. He was just late.
I mean, I don't really know about it, to be fair.
I know his tour was cancelled, I think. I'm pretty sure his tour was cancelled. I don't think the prices were ridiculous.
I do.
Well, hear me out, right?
Okay.
You don't have to buy the 500 ticket to meet him. There was a £100
But it's still
ticket
ridiculous
as
to
well.
imply that someone should pay that much.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But then again, for what you're getting,
it's not worth
you're
500.
you're meeting it. You're having a private room with him, like, and other fans and stuff. You're having
get it on with you,
a Q&A.
No.
There's other people in there. You were getting a personal Q&A session with him. You know, you're having a meet and greet, you're having a photo, you were getting an autograph, you were getting a goodie bag worth over £250, and then you're getting access to merch early and stuff. So it's like, for what you were getting, the price to me was justified. Like I said, it wasn't like you had to buy it either. If you want to meet him, you could have met him, you could have got a general pass for £100.
I disagree.
Or you could even get in. I'm pretty sure the lowest price was under £100, something like that. I don't fucking know, but like, if the only price was £500, like, that was the only way I'd be able to get on the tour, I'd understand that's fucking ridiculous.
I still disagree. I would say, if for all of that, I'd say maybe £200 is justified. But that's where but if you think about it, they all have to make money themselves. You know, he has to pay the venue. He has to pay off, like, because in the goodie bag, you get over £250 worth of stuff. He's rich already. He's rich enough.
He's fucking minted.
Well, not really. But, like, he still has to pay these people back. You get what I mean? Like, he still has to pay these people back.
More people.
He has to make a profit himself. He's not doing. No one does tours for themselves. No, for other people entirely.
There's making a profit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's got to make a profit.
Look at people who do concerts. I don't know.
He's not going to spend.
£50 a ticket. If they sell it out, they've still made a shit ton of money. Even
I know. You're literally just repeating what I'm saying as if I'm wrong. Like, but he has to make a profit somewhere. He wouldn't do it. Like, he's not going to spend all of his time on these tours, spending all of this money for him not to get a benefit. Like, for him to not benefit from it.
But there's making a profit, and there's, like, fucking ripping everyone off.
Yeah.
It's not ripping it. It's not ripping people off. It's not ripping people off if there's cheaper alternatives. Like I said,
you're getting. Can you meet him with the general £50 pass?
Hold on.
Can you meet him with the upgraded pass? No.
Yes, you can meet him the lowest price you can meet him is £100, which I think is justified. You're meeting James fucking Charles.
You get to speak with him for £100. Like, you actually get.
You're right, mate. Oh, you get.
You get to speak. Yeah, you get to meet. It's a meet and greet. Of course, you get to speak to him, and you get to take a photo with him.
What? Maybe like a very droll general.
And not even that. That's not even just for the meet and greet. You're also getting into the show. So you're getting a show. You're getting a meet and greet.
And a blow.
You get a picture for £100 with James Charles. Like, to me, that's justified. That is justified. And then you have like concert tickets going for way more, where you don't get to meet them, you don't get to take a picture with them.
Whoa,
like, I know
what
he's not a celebrity.
Are you going to that costs $500?
I mean, like, Bill Burr.
When I was a BTS fan, I remember the lowest price being £160.
That is a rip off. Even
that's fucking ridiculous.
Not even
I went to G-Eazy last year, and he was only like £40 or something like that. And
anyways,
he's quite well known.
They're
Logic,
quite, yeah, but
Logic
that's not
like
really
35.
rip off when they're currently the biggest boy band in the world. So
Post Malone's was #1 in like Spotify charts and everything in the world for like fucking months. And when I bought his,
but have you seen how crazy BTS fans are? Have you seen how crazy BTS fans are? There's tons of them. Of course, they need to put it at a higher price because they're more sought out for. It's like, you wouldn't sell BTS tickets for cheap if you know a lot of people are going to buy them.
I feel like a lot of ticket scalping is going to happen from that.
But to me, I think I'm Alex, the YouTuber. He made a video like discussing the James Charles prices, and he explained it pretty much perfectly. Like, to me, I thought it was a rip-off too until I watched that video, and I was like, oh wait, it actually kind of isn't when you think about it in the grand scheme of things.
He said you have to justify like the paywall behind it because of if everyone can afford it and everyone could do it, he wouldn't be able to meet everyone, which I agree with. But $500 fucking dollars is a bit extreme. I think if it was like
it is, but what you're getting is justified.
$300, then maybe that's more justifiable because you can still meet him for the $100 one, like you said. I think that's right anyway.
Yeah, you get to meet and greet, you get to talk to him, and you get to take a picture for £100, and then you get tickets to the show.
I think you're overestimating taking a picture and talking to him, to be quite honest.
He's a celebrity, to be honest.
I'd say $100 is about right for that, to be honest.
Fucking right, get
but he is. He's a celebrity, and you get a ticket. But it's not.
$100
but
to meet them is about right.
Which is celebrity? Like... by that, lots of people know him. Okay.
It's not just £100 just to meet him and get a picture. You're also getting tickets to the show.
Byron, you're a celebrity, yeah? You start selling VIP tickets for people to come and meet you. You sell them for £20. How many people can afford £20 to meet a celebrity? Loads of people. So how many people are you gonna have turn up?
You'd have a set cap limit though, wouldn't you?
I suppose you could do that and then just sell out at a certain number, like 100 tickets only, and that would be quite interesting. So
the only way he's ripping off his fans is if the £500 option was the only option. But he's not. You don't have to. He's not making you. It's not like, oh, if you want to meet me, you have to pay £500 because that's a rip off. If it was just to meet him. No, there's also a cheaper alternative.
£100 you can get with
£100 him for a picture with him and get into his show. He's a celebrity with, well, he had at the time 16 million subscribers.
Not anymore.
Like, mate, like he was one of the most famous YouTubers of this and last year, and most cancelled one. So it's like, of course, there's going to be high prices for him. Like. The online social media presence he has, of course, it's going to be a high sort of price. He shut down Birmingham. Like, I was there. He literally shut down the whole of Birmingham.
Yeah, who wasn't
there? Me.
Exactly. Like, people weren't getting out of Birmingham for like 6 hours. I'm glad I got out early. Like, when I was there, even when I was there, it was fucking crazy just to see James Charles. The line was fucking huge. And rarely any of us got to see him. Like, but people still showed up, and there was there was like 10,000 people there to see James Charles in one city. He shut down. Birmingham's a big place as well, so like, just shut down the whole of Birmingham. You need to be fucking famous.
I feel
that's just what James Charles was. So,
I'd say, I think we've said quite a lot on James Charles now. I think we'll get into the
Oh no, we haven't finished, lads. No, get the
for God's sake. I think we'll get into the H3 Trisha stuff now. So
H3 can like just take a seat, mate.
No. H3's a fucking G.
Wait, finish.
You sit down, bitch. You sit down.
I think they're both in the wrong. I think both H3 and Trisha are in the wrong.
Right. Here's my 2 cents on the issue. H3.
No.
Oh my God, Byron! Actually,
Byron, shut the fuck up. Byron, shut the fuck up. Get on your bike and fuck off.
Actual short. We're trying to talk about this, like actual short.
I'm trying to talk about it.
What I do.
H3, man. We're trying to talk
I
about.
want to talk about
James Charles, bro.
Fuck James Charles. We're done with that guy.
Can we carry on with the H3 thing?
Yeah.
Before I fucking leave.
So basically, H3 makes a video, which I thought was fucking amazing. I thought it was a really, really good video. He makes a video comparing Instagram versus reality. So people who Photoshop themselves to make themselves look way better, they give themselves an ass, they give themselves, like, they change their face completely.
Ryan, don't you do that with your posts?
No. Anyway,
you still skip that guy, like, god damn.
It's just the reality behind it before it was photoshopped. And the idea of the video is that we've all got spots. We've all, like, got insecurities and shit. Like, we're all fucking human. We're all the same. And honestly, that video was, honestly, it brought me back down to earth, to be honest. I haven't seen a down to earth video like that in such a long time. It was a really good video, and I would commend him for that. Really good. Anyway.
Right.
And Trisha, he kind of goes in on Trisha a little bit more than everyone else in the video. So he compares two of hers, and she kind of has a hissy fit. She's like, oh no, someone said something mean, and so she like starts crying her eyes out, fucking crying her eyes out in a video, saying like, oh, H3's bullying me, he's degrading women, he's like doing all this. When he's just not. That wasn't the purpose of the video. He said what the purpose of the video was multiple fucking times. Like, either she's stupid or no, she's not stupid. She's doing this for views. She's doing this for money. She knew that it would get attention.
Go on number 2, I reckon.
Okay, here's my 2 cents.
Here's the tea.
I think here is the motherfucking tea. Right. So, I think they were both wrong.
Okay.
H3, I think his point was right. The whole Photoshop thing, correct, right? He's right. The way he went about it was wrong.
Can we talk about
the way he put shut the fuck up. The way he put two, like he would put two girls together and then talk shit about them was like, if someone's photoshopping themselves to that extent, they're obviously feeling some type of way in the first place, some type of insecurity. Well, so when you're showing the before, and when you're showing how they truly look like, and then you're talking shit about how they truly look like,
he didn't really
how
talk
is
too
that
much
going to
shit.
make them feel better? You literally just said he ripped into Trisha Paytas.
Well,
he did.
He spoke about her the most in it, but he didn't. All he sort of did, he was like, "Wow, I can't believe like this is like the same person and stuff," because of how much it had been photoshopped.
He's acting disappointed, and it's like, obviously you're gonna be disappointed if you're gonna.
Well, because of how much it's been photoshopped, really, isn't it? Like no one.
Well, yeah. Let me finish my sentence.
Okay.
But like, if he's gonna like, I feel like if someone did that to me, I would feel hurt as well. I wouldn't sit on my kitchen floor and cry, but like, no. I would feel hurt also because obviously when you're doing that to such a big audience and when you're basically clowning someone, because that's what he was doing, he was clowning them in front of so many people, obviously they're going to get upset. And I feel like he used Trisha Paytas for views because he knew what her reaction was going to be, because he knows Trisha is sensitive. Everyone knows Trisha is sensitive. Literally everyone fucking knows. She bitches about everything.
I would disagree with the view things because, like you said, she's sort of like the head of like the whole Instagram reality thing. Like she's posted all over that Reddit page, which is true. So he was on that Reddit page finding all the images and going through them. So there was obviously more of Trisha than anyone else. Whether it got views or not, like that's just an extra. Whether it got extra views, it got extra attention, which is a good thing. It gets more people to that video, which is a really good video. So more people.
It is a good video, but I'm just saying I think they both went around it wrong.
I think if people Photoshop themselves that fucking much, they deserve criticism. They deserve to be able to.
No, let's be real.
They deserve. There's criticism, and then there's constructive criticism, and there's different ways to do it. There's a wrong way to do it, and there's a right way to do it.
Criticize someone who uses that.
By not putting someone on blast like that. Like there's no need. Like. There's no need.
Yeah,
he was so concerned.
All he said was, I can't believe it's the same person, really. I think,
yeah, but that to me,
WWE wrestler.
That to me, if someone looked at if someone looked at me in person, and someone looked at my photos and was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this is the same person. What the fuck? You look so good here, but then you look like that."
That's like a compliment.
No, it's gonna make you feel like shit. 'Cause it's like, oh. So I'm actually ugly, okay? Now I need to Photoshop myself more. Like that's the reason people do it in the first place.
For photoshopping it, if you put yourself
No,
out
because
there
that's why
as you
people do it in
are-
the first place. Because people judge. It's like people judge you, and it's like that's why people Photoshop in the first place. If people weren't so fucking picky, if people didn't fucking put you on blast like HCH3 did, then you wouldn't fucking Photoshop yourself in the first place.
I see nothing wrong with people wearing makeup to look better. I have no problem with that at all because that's just something that everyone does.
Like I said, when it comes to, I don't think. When it comes to Photoshop, I don't think like. So many boys think they do it to deceive you. I don't think that's why they do it. I think they do it because they're feeling insecure in themselves. Yeah, guys do it as well. And it's like
guys do it to
they're feeling insecure. It comes from a place of insecurity.
I don't need it, mate.
You shouldn't make them feel worse for it. Obviously, they need help. If someone is photoshopping themselves to that extent, they obviously can't feel happy with themselves. You will never like by photoshopping yourself. You're never going to feel happy with yourself.
So they just don't post. They just don't post instead.
No one's forcing you to post.
Why don't you try listening instead of interrupting me?
Carry on.
Take post.
Anyways, it's like no, because it's like the only way. If you feel like the only way to feel good about yourself is by photoshopping yourself, you're never gonna feel good about yourself if you constantly Photoshop yourself. Because you're gonna compare yourself.
The whole purpose of this video was
Are you gonna listen or are you gonna keep interrupting me? Thank you. Anyways, now I've got to repeat what I said because I've forgotten.
Oh my god.
Anyways, you're going to keep comparing yourself to this Photoshop and you're going to keep doing it. You're not going to stop because now you've published this image of yourself that isn't fucking real. You're going to want to keep up with it because you don't want to disappoint. So that whole video was kind of pointless. Everyone fucking knows that they Photoshop. But the way he went in on Trisha Moore, knowing that she's a sensitive person, seems like he only did it for a reaction from her. Which he fucking got. And I think Trisha is being a bit overdramatic.
Right.
A lot overdramatic.
Yeah. Well, like, that's
there's
just
worse
Trisha,
things.
isn't it?
But
like
invalidating her feelings also isn't a good thing. Like, I would get it. If you had just been exposed like that, you know, if someone was just like, oh my god, she looks so good here, I can't believe it's the same person. It's like, you're going to feel shit because you've been comparing yourself to that photoshopped image of yourself and you're trying to look like that and then you've got someone sitting there just like, what the fuck?
I mean, you've got to think why
it's going to hurt you.
You shouldn't be photoshopping yourself to that extent anyway. That's the point.
Exactly. So
you're trying to present... What do you mean exactly? No.
Are you dumb? Maybe you'd understand what I'm saying if you fucking listened. It's like people aren't doing it. You're acting like everyone's acting like people do it to deceive. They're obviously having issues with insecurity. I'm literally just trying to tell you why Trisha's so upset and no one's fucking listening. The reason she's so upset is she doesn't do it to deceive you. She's doing it because she compares herself to the photoshopped image every day, so she feels like she needs to do it in order to impress everyone.
If she's comparing it to someone else, then the first person in Photoshop is in the wrong then.
So it's like, obviously, she's going to... And if HHG is going to, like, sit there like, oh, I can't believe it's the same person, that's only going to make her want to... It's going to make her want to look better, and it's just going to push her to Photoshop more.
What other people think.
Well, that's not easy. That's easier said than done, isn't it?
Not really.
Like, everyone cares what other people think. I care what other people think. Like, literally, most people care what other people think. Even if they say they don't.
For the most part, I couldn't give a shit for the most part. Like,
yeah, that's you. You can't speak for everyone.
I'll do what I want to do.
You can't speak for everyone.
Alright, calm down.
You literally can't speak for everyone.
No, I cannot. I cannot speak for everyone.
There you go then. So it's like... Obviously, some people, if people didn't care what other people think, they wouldn't Photoshop in the first place. So obviously they do care what other people think, or they wouldn't Photoshop. Like, that makes no sense. Anyway, my rant's over. That's the reason. So I can kind of see. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is I understand why she was so upset, but I feel like she overreacted.
I think
I'm not saying
she did overreact because there wasn't. The whole thing with her photoshopping, like you said, it wasn't. I don't think it's to deceive. I think with teenagers and like people like okay, we've lost Mitchell. I feel no, he's back. Right, I feel like with people like of the younger age, I feel like it is more to deceive people. It's more to be like have people like their posts and have them try and blow up, which is kind of a very bad thing to do, and I don't think you should do it. But at their level with celebrities, where people look at the photos and, like you said that pretty much everyone knows it's photoshopped. I would kind of disagree these days, and hear me out on this. So when you first started...
No, I didn't mean... No, when I said that, I didn't mean that everyone can look at a picture and be like, oh, that's Photoshop.
Well,
I mean that
people.
Everyone knows that people on Instagram Photoshop.
Yes,
like, Facetune is really popular.
Okay, so, as I was saying, I feel like a lot of people will, when you first start the internet, when you first go onto Instagram, not sure if you guys can say the same, but for me at least anyway, when I first got onto Instagram and I would see like these big pages, I would be like, yeah, that's probably fake, that's probably not real, like, you know, there's probably more to this. But as I've been on it for longer and longer, getting adjusted to it, I feel like now I stop seeing that every time. I stop thinking, hey, that's probably not real. Hey, there's something sketchy about this. I sort of just think, oh, that's probably real or whatever. Like, you know, you see it, you think, wow, they're fit, whatever the fuck. But, like, I feel like you kind of lose that sense of reality after a while. Let's talk a bit more about fucking Photoshop. So, when you modify yourself online in front of millions of followers... to the point where you don't even really look like yourself anymore. Do you think that's wrong?
Well, I think because everyone's just so aware at this point, I don't think it really matters. Because, you know, everyone's aware, it's not really hurting anyone.
I think it does hurt people. I think it is bad. I think that it, especially with, I'd say, some guys it would affect, but mostly girls, I'd say, because you see all these girls out there like photoshopping their ass to make their ass look perfect, like their tits look bigger, their face look better, like so they have no flaws essentially. So girls want to try and be like, they look up to them.
Hang on, what was the question here?
They want to be that. Hold on, let me finish. So they want to.
Can we speak about James Charles now?
No, shut the fuck up. So basically, they look up to these guys, these girls even, and they want to be like them. They want to, you know, think that they have no flaws as well. So they stress themselves out thinking that if they don't look like that, guys won't like them. They're not going to be like perfect in this shit. Same with like guys. I think a lot less with guys because we just kind of don't give a fuck. But when you see like all these people, like, all these people on like Instagram who will Photoshop, who some people Photoshop their muscles, like they'll make their muscles look bigger, they'll you know, they'll give themselves more of a jawline, shit like that. Guys will try and compete to be like that so that girls will find them attractive, and if they're not like that, then they feel like they're failing as a man, I guess. Which I
think that's just a bit weak though, isn't it? If you're that like emotionally just oppressed,
some people are like that,
be that bothered. Wake up and
it
realize
depends on a variety of things, really.
I guess so.
I feel like the one thing that I do feel like with makeup is I don't feel like it's a bad thing for it to be a thing, but I think it's bad that it doesn't show your natural self. Because guys, if you're an ugly guy, you're an ugly guy. Like you're fucked. You're fucked. There's nothing you can do. You can't wear makeup because people know.
See you later, mate.
If you're an ugly girl, you can wear makeup and say you could go from like a 5 to like a 7 with like makeup. You know, like you can boost yourself up. And I'm not saying that you're misleading people by that, but well, but you know, like, you're kind of changing what you look like a bit, and it can be quite hard for guys, to be honest, because like I say, you're an ugly guy, you're fucked. Like, there's nothing, you're fucked. Like, at least other people have options. At least girls have options, whereas they can kind of glamour themselves up and look a bit better. Whereas
you're just talking about makeup now.
Yeah, we just have to hope for the best. Yeah, we might as well be talking about fucking James Charles again at this rate. Like,
we've looped round.
Well, I think we've been chatting shit for long enough. So that concludes the podcast. That concludes the podcast.